All right, everybody. Good morning. Well, it's finally not so devastating cold that we can't come out here and do a little spoon carving out here in the open territory. About the last couple of weeks, it has been, well, longer than that, about 3 weeks, well below zero. We've had at least three big snowstorms, and I am not sure whether we won't get another one, but at least uh, it's windy and it's about 41 degrees Fahrenheit. And as you can see, the sounds of life are out there. Airport up there and everything. And we're working on a spoon that has a sword handle on it. And just kind of goofing off and stuff. And got another project or two that we're working on that's going to be, a little unusual. Want to have like a cross built onto it and stuff like that. Today, we're going to gently sand in here, get this rough spot down, but this took some doing to get this like this. It sure did. And you don't want to pull her too hard because this wood is old. This stuff was picked up in the wood line and dried, and just slowly working our way through it and stuff and whatnot. Like I said, it's all right. Good to see you, JR. All right, man. How's everything? Yeah, yeah. This took some doing. It really did. But we'll get there. And like I said, I normally don't do too much flourishes and stuff like that. Just just a basic spoon. But I saw some other people doing some stuff with some wood and spoons, and creating all sorts of decorations and stuff. And so I said, well, it's all right, man. Glad to hear that you're doing good. All right. Finally, not so cold here today. It's about 41 Fahrenheit. We've had three or four big snowstorms. Some of the days have been 16, 15, 14 Fahrenheit, wind chills, way low and stuff. But wintertime's not over with yet, but I'll take a 40-degree day any day. All right. Let's take a look at the old screen here. All right. But it is, it's not bad out here. I don't know if you can hear the wind on the microphone or not, but it's not bad, It's, I have a feeling here very shortly we're going to go break out of this, I'd say maybe 3-4 weeks, break out of this wintertime fetch and head right back up into the heat, which, that's all right. Grow some homegrown tomatoes and all that kind of good stuff. All right, let's see here. JRH, good to see you, man. How's everything going? All right. Hippie chick off Grid Maine, good to see you. How's everything? Just talking about how much a day or two difference. It's like 41 degrees Fahrenheit here today in Virginia. A little breezy, but for days it's been below freezing and big snows and everything. But I'll take this any day. All right. I'm glad to see everybody's doing all right. Let's see here. Right, we stay in West Virginia 2 weeks out of the month. We left to come back to Arkansas. It was negative 18. Oh, my goodness, man. Yeah, finally warm in Ohio, man. Awesome. Jay, that's good, man. Breezy here, but sunny. Warm. Yeah, same here. Same here, but I think we both know that wintertime's not done yet. Yeah. Yep. Not done yet. I hope everybody's doing good and everything. And I tell you what, the Virginia, we're not used to, or the coast of Virginia, we're not really used to this big time cold. And we get cold a little bit, but we never have these many snows and stuff. Jamie, good to see you, man. How's everything? How's everything in the UK? Hopefully your weather has improved. I understand you guys are having some tough times over there too. Seems like the whole world been dealing with some crazy weather. And anyway, this is a sword handled spoon. And it just what it is. It kind of like a big old sword. Of course, all it needs to get sanded down and shaved down and stuff. And yeah, normally I don't do this kind of stuff. I just build basic or carve basic spoons and stuff. But I guess the cold weather got me bored, so we did some stuff. Is the spoon work easier or harder on arthritis? Well, you can see this finger here. This joint gave out, so I have to keep this on here. But the kind of stuff that I do, I'm kind of adjusting what I do with the life that I have, if that makes any sense. So, yeah. I mean, I'll be 66 here in a few months, and I spent 28 years as a letter carrier and a few years in the military. So it's comes with the territory, I guess. But arthritis and all that kind of stuff, osteoarthritis, anything. The trick is to keep moving. So it's epic. Yeah. Well, hopefully the epicness doesn't break on me. But so, like I said, I got another one that about this size, but I'm toying with the idea of like make it like a cross, and this would be the kind of thing you hang on the wall, and everybody looking at what in the world is that? So yeah. All right, man. Uggsy, good to see you, man. How's everything going? All right. How's the weather out your way today? Let me bring you around here. That way you can see that sunlight won't create too much of a problem for you. But watching your videos and everything like that. And that's part of the project. It's probably going to be what takes the longest, and might end up having to do a little bit of a break out the Dremel and get one of those drums and just gently keep going around and around. But this part of it came out really good. Got a big spoon, bowl and stuff. All right, let's see who else is. All right. Yeah, the grain was really came out on this one. It really did. This is I don't know whether you remember watching it, but this honk through here, when we first got it, it was like almost like a sponge. And I put it up on the heat rack there in the workshop, and it dried out and everything. So yeah, this is what I would do to use the Dremel. Yeah, you know what? Nothing wrong with using Dremels. Absolutely, man. This isn't like I tell people it's not like a competition. It's just something you do to enjoy yourself and whatnot. So yeah, okay. So all right. Yeah, it's definitely a different spoon design. Like I said, when it started to get really cold about a month ago, I realized that just doing what I normally do was probably not going to be so easy to do. So I decided I was going to try to tackle some longer, different type of designs and stuff that, I could do a certain amount each day and then stop. But it has taken a while to get to this point. It sure has. Yeah. This right here, this is cedar right here. And then this little honk back through here, this is what they call it, ambrosia maple. And we came in here like this. Yeah. But by the time it's all said and done, it'll all look like the same thing. Do you use black cherry? Thinking I have not seen any in a long time. The last time I saw a piece of black cherry was like a couple of years ago. I would love to get a hold of some, but being the type of carving that I do, is I do mostly, like I said, I just go right here to the wood line and pick something up. And here on my property, I've got 1, 2, 4 trees. We got willow, we got some elm, maple, and there's some cedar out here. And I use a little bit of everything to, beat paying for the stuff, Be strong like Grizzly. All right, good to see you, man. Hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And if you have a channel, make a comment. That way I can come back and visit you. All right. Let's try this upper handle here real quick for a few minutes. This device that the spoon is attached to is known as a spoon mule, and you'll see down here it's got like a little clutch, and you can sit in that seat right there and push the clutch forward and secure your wood. That way you got your hands totally free. And you can see that this thing moves like this. That's what we call a spoon mule. And there's like several different designs for it, but yeah. My mom has some really nice ebony. Ooh, that's beautiful. Yeah, all right. I have 1 pine and 3 silver maples. Silver maple is a beautiful wood, man. And absolutely. And all the fruit woods. I've had a nectarine tree, a plum tree, a couple of peach trees, an apple tree over the years. Yeah, break apart from storms or age, and I've used the wood to build spoons and stuff. Yeah, I believe this right here is definitely going to find itself in the realm of the Dremel. I mean, you will eventually get it done if you keep on doing what I'm doing. But I hear a bunch of doves out there in the distance, dogs. You know, hear a woodpecker too. Yeah. Hello, woodpecker, wherever you are. All right. All right. I picked up some. Heard of it yesterday. Ever tried? I have not. I have not. What are you gonna make with it? Spoon or something else? I have not. I have not. I'm pretty much limited to what's right here on the property, and that wood line across the way there. And of course, if you want to, you can drive and jump in the truck and drive around the area, and there's always something laying on the street, ready for the trash folks, recycle folks pick it up and along me. I come. Yeah, I'm always running into folks out there that like to do a lot of lathe work, and just to understand, what are you making, sir? This is a sword-handled spoon, and just a vanity project. Like I said, normally just do regular old spoons, coffee scoops, and stuff, and I just got it when it got really super cold here. We decided to do a bigger, longer project. Let's see. Was thinking spoon. I live in Western Canada. Okay, all right, yeah, good to see you. Cabusher 7717. Good to see you. All right. I've been trying to draw in the woodpeckers, but they are not around anymore. They used to have a lot. Well, I guess I just live in a really lucky area. I'm about 6 miles from the Atlantic Ocean, and the James River here in Eastern Virginia is right behind me by about a mile. And then I'm in that prime time. What do you call it? Migration routes, and so. But I've got what do you call it? The red bellies, the downies. What else we have here? The white-breasted nuthatch. We got wood thrushes and all sorts of stuff. So I was talking to somebody else that said that they had put a bird feeder up and were trying to attract certain birds in, but hadn't had any luck. And I'm like, it takes the birds a while. Once they even if they know something's there, to trust it. I know it's kind of weird, but it's kind of like when you're driving down the road and you see a new restaurant, and you're like, I don't know about that, Then eventually it warms up on you. Okay, we'll go in and get it. And then you realize, this isn't too bad, Yeah, man. Yeah, go hit that subscribe button and that like button and everything for me. So how's the weather there in Western Canada? Yeah, all right. Let's see. Yeah. Well, hi there. Well, hi, Crooked Peach. How's everything? It's good to see you. You enjoying this slightly warmer weather? I know I am. Man, The weather has certainly been uncharacteristic for Southeast Virginia of the last month or so, you know. But sound like our friends in the sky are quite active today. So, but it is good to see. It's good to see all of you. Yeah. So we'll take it out of here and let me show you the whole thing. All right. There's the bowl end. It's taken a lot of carving to get to this point. But that's okay. We'll get there. Let's bring it in here like this. But yeah, I'm thinking to save time, probably break out the Dremel here and work on that a little bit. And I don't want to get it too thin, but let's see here. Can you use any wood at all? I would say you can use most woods. Pine is probably the one that's the least likely to use. But if you have a maple tree, a cedar tree, any type of fruit tree, I mean, they're good, you know. I mean, you might have to let them dry if they're wet. Yeah, most woods you can. You can even use bamboo. I've used bamboo a time or two. Yep. And it really is just go into your kitchen there and get yourself like a tablespoon, and come out and get yourself a black magic marker. Then trace the outline on your piece of wood, and commence to cutting and chopping and everything. And yep. All right, let's see here. Yeah, I love power carving too. And I just recently bought one of those brand new Dremel 4300s. And prior to that, I've been using a lot of underpowered Dremels. And it kind of, you get it put a little pressure on it. Yeah, so I said, you know what? I really do need a sauerkraut masher. I like that. Yeah. And you know what? I tell you, I got one of those old potato mashers. It's got the handle on it and it's got a squiggly end. And I've been toying with the idea of carving one of those. And somebody says, how about that? Oh, shoot, you can carve anything. You take your time. You sure can. You absolutely can. Let's see here. My thing on the wall says it's 42 Fahrenheit. We got winds out of the north-northeast at 6. Not a cloud in the sky. Pretty compared to what we've had. But yeah, the easiest way to do it really is just go in your utensil drawer, grab a spoon or a fork or whatever else that intrigues you, and give it a try. Watch a bunch of people that do this kind of stuff, and you'll get to see that the various tools that in your goodie bag. So I'm like, hey, make some potato mashers. I have an Intel. We could try that. Yeah. Got an old one in there. I'm wanting to say it's from the 1940s or 50s. And it's sitting up in the little storage rack there in the workshop. And every now and again, I pick it out and look at it and like, are we ready to tackle this? Could we do it? Would wood have enough strength to smash a cooked potato? Probably. I'm the high-powered sander, see? 1 Dave horsepower. Yeah, let's take a look at our screen here. Yeah, buddy. Oh, sauerkraut mash. Very interesting. Yep. But we've done some kuksas over the years. Forks now and again. Just did a fork the other week. And some sporks, with spoon on one end, fork on the other. I got to admit, this well below freezing temperatures has slowed me down some. All right. We got the rough, big spaces off, but now I think we're gonna wait till we can get in there and get the old Dremel, and we'll bring this in here. We've got some nicks right here that were created from me kind of pulling down hard on that sanding belt. Still smells like cedar, even for as old as it is. All right, let's see here. All right. Okay, buddy, I find this relaxing, but I got to take advantage of the nice weather here. Thank you for the live. I appreciate you coming in, and I've got the same sentiment. We're going to be up for a bit. And with all this bad weather, sticks and gumballs and just junk all over the place from all this high winds. So do take care. It's yeah, it's had me in hibernation too. It sure has. Absolutely. Yeah. I guess we got lucky in that last storm, the way they were carrying on in the first of the week. Man, we were like get 13, 14 inches. Then all of a sudden, what was it, like inch and a half, two? More ice than it was anything. Now, be safe. I still hear a woodpecker out there doing his thing. Yeah. Yeah, good old hibernation. Absolutely, man. Yeah, hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. I'd love to have you part of my daily routine and everything. And hopefully we'll have this done here in a day or a few, and then move on to something else. Like I've been toying. I got a big spoon in there carved a while back, and wanting to think about like creating like a cross on it, or I don't know, maybe a heart on the top. I don't know. Just Suzanne, good to see you. How's everything? Yeah. Yeah, it has that weather has definitely been sucky. It sure has, man. You go outside and within about 4 or 5 minutes your hands are froze. And then you go in the workshop and it takes a half hour or more just to bring it near freezing. So, well, Suzanne, how's everything going? This is a sword-handled spoon. Yeah, me doing some crazy stuff. All right. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. We were just talking that the weather is finally warmed up at least a little bit. I'll be drone. Good to see you. How's everything? And it literally, I'd open up the workshop and the wood was frozen. It had almost become white. It was so cold in there. And but yeah, it's right at 42 degrees Fahrenheit, give or take a little bit. It's breezy, but still not bad. Retirement day is good to see you. Yeah, hopefully the weather is not a big issue where you're at. That's finally let off of us here in Eastern Virginia, at least for a day or two anyway. All right, let's turn it this way. You see the nicks here from me using this belt, but that's all right. All right, let's take a look at our screen here real quick. All right, everybody's saying hello to everybody, and that's awesome. Let's see here. If I've known you for a while, I'm gonna try to hit you standard moderation. That way, it's easier for you, everybody, to visit with everybody and add a couple of friends if you're so inclined to do so. The Coffee Cake Loving Fish. All right, good to see you. How's everything? All right. Oh, a bunch of crows is what I'm hearing. Oh, what in the world was that? No, it's a siren. Oh my goodness, man. All right. Yeah. Let's see who else is up here. All right. Get some moderator blue wrenches handed out here. That way it's easier for some folks to say hi to everybody and maybe add a friend or two. All right. I'll check back the screen in a minute and see who else has come in. Let's see here. I got sawdust all over my hands. It's creating like fingerprints everywhere. The phone screen. All right, man. We've got 23 people in the room. Got 16 thumbs up. I appreciate it so much. And if you're not a member, subscribe and make a comment, and I'll come over and visit with you a little bit later. We finished doing this live. We'll get back out there in the front yard area here. Those doggone gumballs are everywhere. I guess everybody knows what I'm talking about. Little gumballs. Let's see if I find one. These things are evil. Absolutely evil. When they get frozen, oh my goodness, they'll put you on your keister in a heartbeat. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. But there's millions of them out there. That tree across the way there, whenever the wind switches out of any of the northerly directions, you get pummeled with it. Yeah. Oh, yeah, no problem, JR. Yeah, no problem at all, man. I try to look back here at the screen every chance I get, and that way it makes it easier for you, everybody, to interact with each other. All right. Let's take a look at this side. Yep, ancient old wood. Yeah, I just every now and again I'll take a walk over there and see what I can find, and then I'll break off the main little trail there and step on something and look underneath the leaves, and well, hello, crows. Oh my goodness, man. Yeah. Awesome. That's great. Yeah. Patrick, good to see you, man. All right. Mm-hmm. All right, let's see here. Your street's full of gum? Oh, okay. Awesome, man. Yeah. Yeah, spike balls, gum balls, yeah, whatever they call them. Them things are evil. When they freeze, man, they will put you on your keister. Absolutely, they will. All right, let's take a look at the screen here, see what we're missing. I would definitely buy them because I have nerve damage that prevent me from carving. Oh, okay. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. Well, if you ever in Newport News and you want to come look at what's sitting over here, and I just pass them out. Just you got a lady around the corner here. She loves to. I don't know what she does, trades them or whatever like that. But I just love carving them. So. Okay, yeah, those birds are wide open. You ought to see behind me, but there's doves, uh, like a house finch. I'm wanting to say that's a downy woodpecker, and my ever-present squirrels. Yeah, but they seem to have gotten used to each other now. There's usually not much conflict out there. Don't tempt you. All right. Yeah. Well, I'm right here. As soon as you cross the James River Bridge, you wouldn't have to drive a couple of minutes. You're about here, almost up there where Warwick, Jefferson, Mercury all meet together. Yeah, yeah, lots of birds. Sure enough. Maybe one day we'll set this spoon station up that we can overlook spoon carving and the birds all at the same time. There must be like, I don't know, 8 or 9 doves out here, the mourning doves. And the crows, there's like 5 crows over here right at the very back of the yard. So, you hear them clucking sometimes and doing their, oh. Yep. And the temperature has been so low that a lot of times you have to deal with like cracks and stuff. But I use the little sawdust and wood glue trick. So, oh, she used to work at the Crab Shack. Okay, awesome. Okay, we were out there by Mariners Museum the other day, and the water right there at that water feature here, right by the Lions Bridge. Man, it was frozen, completely froze over, and they got the road closed now for some reason. I don't know what's going on. But I've got some pictures of where the James River had frozen over and started to get all icy and stuff. So hear the crow out there, Mr. Dave, Mr. Dave. Yeah. I hear you, buddy. They'll sit up here behind this limb back here, and they do that click, 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 click. I'm not sure what they're saying, but now and again you'll catch them in the bird bath. Say, who needs a soundtrack? Wide open. All right, let's take a look at our screen here. Yeah. Oh gosh, yes, over here going through Smithfield and the Pagan River, it was chunky. Yep, yeah, it really was, man. Right up there, right where that water feature is, that's that Mariners Museum, and all that water was like the first 4 or 5 feet out into the water. It was frozen, and for salt water like that to freeze up, that's definitely chilly. I think we went with like 11, 12 days. We never even got above freezing, something like that. As much as I would love to say winter is over with, I don't think it is yet. This is where we're gonna have some neat grain in it. You can see where the growth rings came through like this. Then they spiraled out over top there. Pretty cool. All right, let's see here. Must be tweeting each other. Yeah, yeah, that could be. You might have some type of communication. Yeah. Like 3 or 4 of them up there now. And a whole tree back behind me is just full of mistletoe. Yeah, here's a different. There's like birds everywhere. We've got those here. Almost like they're barking at each other now. Maybe they're saying something to me. Hey Dave, you need to put more food on. Hey Dave. Don't worry, you'll get your share. I promise you. It was like frozen hell, yeah, for sure. Been on the telephone lines. Yeah, I said, I don't think I saw either. I'm either going to get ice and snow again. Going during the blizzard of 1980. Yes, ma'am. We moved here in 1965 to Hampton. And I stayed here till 1979 when I joined the Marine Corps. And was gone for about 5-6 years. Then came back and was a letter carrier out at the Warwick Post Office there on Warwick Boulevard, Newport News for almost 28 years. And the last 8 years, I worked with the city of Hampton doing a various bunch of things and stuff. So, but yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, but I certainly do. Yep, the thing about it is just, you know, do what you can each day, and, you know, like I said, you'll have issues when it gets really cold, cracks and stuff, so just use the old wood glue and sawdust trick, and then sand it down, and it'll look like nothing ever happened. All right, let's turn this around here like this. And see the marks here where I've been doing sanding and cutting. And here's another tool that if you get into spoon carving, hook knife, and take some practice to get good with this, and be warned that this will put a hurting on a finger or anything else. So you can do this with green wood. You can do this with seasoned wood. I particularly like working with seasoned wood because to me it's got a lot more character in it. Let's see here. So I was in Portsmouth and Little Grove, but I remember the snow drifts. Yeah. Let's get you. Yeah, it was it seemed to me, I remember one of 1978 or something like that. It seemed like every time that the circus would come to the Hampton Coliseum, it would snow big time, man. How you sharpen them is you can use some sandpaper. I've got a sharpening stone in there. Things like these, you just take it by your hand. And the business end of this thing is going to be right in here, okay? Of course, you can do it in here just a little bit. That's how I do it. Then we strop it. And the same way with your gouges and everything. And so you can see here, it's been so wet and cold. You can see every day you have to deal with like rust and stuff. But, I mean, you can take it off, but it's always an ongoing process. You know, they're not going to stay sharp all the time. See, I'll be drowned. The Potomac was iced, and then the bay and Tangier Island was cut off from ice. No way in or out. That I could believe. Oh, goodness, man. And the way that wind was blowing the other day, oh, my goodness. I mean, there was like, what, 50, 55 mile an hour winds? Yeah, I even ended up stacking bottles of water or cases of water up against the door over there, you know, so it wouldn't get caught in the wind. That wind was howling. Yep, buddy. You are so correct there. Yeah. Oh, yeah, the Barnum. Yeah. Yep. Come on, springtime. It's coming. Igor Bonus, good to see you, man. How's everything? All right. Let's see. I was behind. Okay. All right. So, Suzanne, you got any neat projects you're wanting to work on? Videos coming up? Or you want to tell everybody about? Um, Feel free. Like I said, it's cold. Definitely slowed me down. You go outside, you walk out the back door, and it's like 12 Fahrenheit. You walk over to the workshop, and it's 13 Fahrenheit in it. Even had lamp oil freeze. Yeah, hopefully here in a day or two we'll have this near done. But Aussie Susan, good to see you. Here we're talking about devastating cold. I'm sure you're talking about horrible heat, right? It's goodness. Yeah. And here in another couple of months, the coin will flip, and we'll be talking about the horrible heat. And I think daylight savings time here in the U.S. is what, March the 8th, something like that this year, or yeah, March 8th, 6th, something. All right, let's see here. Yeah, the lamp oil actually froze. I could not believe that. I was talking to Ian Y. Gath. He lives in Canada, and it was a short, and I was doing a spoon in there, and I said, check this out. I mean, the lamp oil froze. I mean, looked like crystals. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and then there was that one day. Yeah, it might have been the same day. I don't know. I went out and started all the vehicles, let them run for a little bit, and it took me probably 15 or 20 minutes to actually get into the vehicles because they were encrusted in ice. It was just nuts, man. It was crazy. You know, we get cold here, but it doesn't get that cold that long. And it's been a long time since I've seen anything like the snows that we've been having, you know. Literally, it was like they packed up Virginia and moved it 500 miles to the north, you know. So, uh, raised in South. All right, Louisiana. All right. Okay. Yeah, I wish they would do away with that daylight saving stuff too, because just the time you get used to things, you get this weird twist in time. And when I was a kid, I remember I don't know where we were at, but it would start getting daylight at 3:30 in the morning, you know, and at 10 o'clock at night, it was still light enough to go outside and you know, and do things. It just I know. I remember Norway. I was stationed in Norway for a while. Yeah. Yeah, Norway. And that wasn't when I was a kid. Well, I was, 19 years old kid. You know, yeah. I mean, I can't function in the cold. I'm like a lizard. Yeah. Did you see the pictures of those lizards and iguanas in Florida and stuff? So I live in North Alabama now, Huntsville area, and it took some adjusting. Yeah, never known that type of cold. Never touched snow, and so it amazed me. It's pretty, but when you first get it, it's like, I guess my wife said it the best, that you get excited, because it is so unique, so different. But then after 3 or 4 or 5 weeks of it, it's either extreme. If you're talking about 100 Fahrenheit or 12 degrees Fahrenheit, one is boiling and the next one is super cold. It gets old because you can't do your normal process of things, and Yeah. And like I said, I don't think wintertime's over with yet, you know. Ain't missing nothing, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, let's say you're at work Monday through Friday, and then the snowstorm can come the minute you hit the driveway on Friday evening. And Saturday and Sunday, you get yourself a nice little snow. But by the time Monday morning rolls around, it's all melted. There's your perfect storm. Yeah. Yep. Yep. That is the perfect storm. Yeah. This past summer here, I mean, it gets hot, really hot, and really humid. But this past summer, man, we got to about the middle of June. It's almost like somebody turned the oven on, and it stayed like that until what, the end of August, and then it started slacking back a little bit, and we started getting a few of those tropical storms, passing by. Yeah, we are getting there. All right. Let's see here. All right. Well, we got 12 people in the room. Got 17 thumbs up. I appreciate it. And yeah, Bob Casey, Ariel, good to see you, man. Everything is all right for you. And so I've known Bob a good while, so give Bob a little blue thing there, and that way he can interact with people. All right. Yeah, feel free to interact with each other. Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah. That non-Arctic temperature. It feels pretty good out here. Yeah. Do a little bit more here, then I'm gonna start picking up all these spiky balls or gum balls, what do you want to call them, and stuff like that. So it's always a pleasure to have you here and everything. So, it's hard for him. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, I never rush in these things. I just enjoy doing it. And all right. This is really gonna be some nice colors. You see some of the bumps and the tears in it. Get those all sanded out and smooth. And get the Dremel out. Maybe work on it with here. So anyway. All right. Excellent, man. Cool. All right. Sawdust everywhere. All right, this is what we got so far. It's a big old spoon, and it's still got a bunch of sanding to do, but it's really gonna be cool once it all gets sanded out and all this rough spots get taken care of and stuff. So, alrighty. Well, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me for a little bit, and we'll be up here again. Hopefully the weather will cooperate with us, but I'm gonna go out here and do some yard work and everything like that. And so best wishes to everybody, and I will be seeing you. Take care.